And our next guest is the CEO and founder of Feast on History. And he's here for a look at their Arthur Avenue food tours. They go around, they do tastings and do a lot of great stuff. Have you been there? If you haven't, you have to come and check it out. Christian Galliani, he's here. We welcome you to the show. And
great to be here,
Bob. A whole
Bob.
cart full of food that you brought in so we can taste. In fact, it's behind the curtain. We'll bring that out later on.
Yeah, we're going to have to wait on that, Bob.
Tell us about some of the wonderful things that
Thank
you
you.
do.
Well, what we do is we lead food tours of Arthur Avenue here in the Bronx, which is the little Italian enclave. And what we do is we show people around from the point of view of the food. So people normally associate Little Italy with Mulberry Street down in Manhattan.
Right.
And as you know, that's been slowly disappearing through the passage of time and gentrification. It's been harder and harder to hang on to that Italian food and that Italian culture. So my wife's family owned a butcher store on Arthur Avenue for over 100 years. It was where they filmed Marty, the 55 film that won Best Picture.
Yeah,
so,
wow.
Yeah.
Were you in it?
No, I'm not that old. But it's all that clean living, I guess. But,
there you go.
But what we do is we take people up and around, and it's a concentration and an enclave of great artisanal Italian food shops that have been in their families, some for over 100 years.
Oh, yeah.
So we take people around and we show them around the Arthur Avenue retail market. We take them to pastry shops, bread bakeries, butcher shops. All told, it's about 2 hours, and they get tastings along the way, and they get to shop for food that they normally would have to go to Italy or to more expensive shops to get.
I'm salivating right now. I think we're going to take a little trip over to Arthur Avenue, maybe right after the show. You guys ready?
Sounds good.
We get the whole crew together, we'll put them in the truck and go on over there.
Come on by. We'd love to have you, yeah. So we taste everything from cannolis, sfogliatella, to fresh mozzarella they make right in-house for us. So. Come hungry. Yeah.
You still have a, let me see, there's a guy across the street, what's his name? And there's the old man with his wife that has a restaurant across the street. Give me the names.
Mario's?
Yeah.
Yeah, Mario's. Mario's is great, yeah.
Mario's,
Regina and her dad run a great restaurant there. That's you can also get a package with us where we take you around and then we take you to lunch there.
Yeah.
There's so many great stories there. You know, it's where Chaz Palminteri sets his one-man show, The Bronx Tale.
Yeah.
I mean, and it all started back when they were building the botanical gardens. They brought in Italians as stonemasons. And with the 3rd Avenue, all they set down roots, and then the neighborhood just started to grow.
Wow. So housing and the restaurants and everything, you have to bring everything that you need to make it work for the culture.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
So that's been going, they started back in the 1890s or so, and it grew to where it is now.
How important is this to keep?
Very much so. It's a labor of love for myself and my wife, because my family came to America in the 70s. And I'm first generation American, so this is one of the few places I could go where I made sense, where my culture made sense.
Yeah.
I grew up in Washington Heights, and there wasn't a lot of Italian Americans there. You know, I was like one of maybe 2 or 3 people that I knew. So when I went there, I made sense.
Yeah.
And everybody likes to eat, so everybody likes to tell their story through the food. And this is one of those few ethnic neighborhoods that are still left.
Yeah.
Because it hasn't been erased by gentrification, it hasn't been erased by poverty, it hasn't it's really stood the test of time because people keep coming back to it and they want to keep it alive. So our friends would always ask us, well, where do I go? Where do I eat? You know, where do I get the best cannoli? Where do I get the best mozzarella? So we wrote a little travel guide, and then we were asked to do a tour for the Botanical Gardens membership. And it was successful, so we started to offer it to the public.
Wow, yeah.
And it seemed like a great way to get out of working, so
yeah,
that's what we do.
My executive director, we eat there all the time.
Yeah, where do you guys go?
We go to the families, Mario's, and then there's another one across the street that we go
Dominic's,
to.
yeah.
Dominic's.
Yeah, sure.
I can't remember all the locations.
Charlie's got a great place over there.
We go to the pastry shop down the block from that, you know.
Morone, yeah. That's
and
awesome.
Have some cappuccino. Hey,
yeah.
I'm hungry. I think we're gonna go over there after this. So wait a minute. Your family's from what part of Italy?
Piacenza and from Milan, and my wife's family is from the Cilento, which is down south.
Oh, okay, yeah.
We also take people to Italy twice a year. We lead them on wine tours and food tours. I'm a sommelier myself. I worked for Joe Bastianich and Mario Batali for years. So
All right.
I take people around and I show them the point of view of the wine, and my wife shows the point of view of history and food. So my wife's an art historian, so she loves it.
Oh, beautiful. My mother's from Avellino, right outside of Italy.
Oh, I love it there.
And all that.
Sure.
But the Pellegrinos, I don't know if it's associated with the water. I'll find out. Try to call up some cousins. Hey,
yeah. I've
I'm
been
your friend over here in New York, your family.
Yeah, we stay in Avellino on one of my tours.
Oh, yeah?
And the wine tours of
the
Rapini,
wine,
yeah. Beautiful.
The wine is great over there.
Absolutely fantastic, yeah.
Great. So we would love to bring some Bronx Net cameras over and maybe follow you around.
We'd love that.
Yeah.
We'd love to show you around, and come hungry though. We're gonna feed you.
Oh, I know. And you can eat all day too.
Absolutely, yeah.
You sit in Dominic's or across the street again.
Mario's, yeah.
Mario's.
Sure.
You can eat all day. They'll keep bringing it to you. So you're sharing this food history, and it's important. Any final words you would like to?
Yeah, I'd like to encourage people to come up to Arthur Avenue and just remember to eat local. You know, whatever you love about your community, be proud. Be proud of it. You know, that's one of the things that we want to bring people's attention to, is the idea that you can still find these great places within New York City. Everything isn't just a mall now. Everything isn't just, you know, gentrified and, you know, Manhattanized. You know, there's still a lot of great places. You just have to look.
And they got the olive oils and the meat market.
Oh,
and
yeah.
the little mall there.
Yeah, the Arthur Avenue Retail
if you're into
Market.
Cigars, go in and get yourself a cigar. You know.
Absolutely. We give you fresh mozzarella from Joe's Deli. We give you sfogliatella from Morone's. We stop at Cafe Al Mercato, and we have a nice little rustic pizza afterwards. So believe me, it's arthuravenuefoodtours.com, and we offer tours 5 days a week. So if you're hungry, you want to check out some great food, and you want to check out some local culture, we also give you a little bit of history about the neighborhood, and we give you just some good background. It gives you something to talk about while you're eating. So
I'm ready to go now. I'm hungry. Christian Galliani. Give him a big round of applause, everybody. Co-founder, Feast on History. Thank you so much for stopping by.
My pleasure, Dr. Bob.
Set up a table with the food and all that stuff, some of the foods. Bring one of the chefs or...
Sounds good.
Yeah,
I'd love to
next
do
time
it.
you come. Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Beautiful. All right, we have to take a quick break. Stay tuned. We'll be right back with more Open next.